that we were at a leather contest, and this boy had been getting fisted in my room by like 6 or 7 people. Ooh, girl. And people were fisting her and fucking her, and they were like, well, we better come her before she gets too loose. We still want a tight asshole. And I'm in the corner just, macro crocheting in my sweater for my son. And he's like 35, so, what am I supposed to do? So I stand there and I watch them. And, they bred him, and they fisted him. So fast forward the story a bit, a couple hours later after some Chipotle, they're out at the bar. And, Mr. Stephen Patton's talking to him, and everybody was, she's a sweetheart. So she's talking to him. Mid-sentence, you hear, and she was wearing a kilt, too. Suddenly, that poor soul shot his DNA all over the floor. You could see a cobweb of J-lube and cum, and the guy just looked at him and was like, is that my cum falling out of you? Oh, poor soul looked like a puppy who just pissed his pants. He didn't know what to do, and what does Stephen do? She looks him dead in the eyes and says, did your water just break? Clean up on aisle 3. Oh, I know, it was mortified. It couldn't have been as mortified as that boy who did it. I mean, Jesus, girl, if you're gonna get fisted and bred, you don't wear a kilt. Or at least you'll wear a butt plug big enough to keep that load inside. Like a good boy.
Your mouth is doing this weird thing, hon. What is that? What is that?
I got the Parkinson's, I think. I can't even hold an Etch-a-Sketch worth of shit these days.
Now let me tell you, back in Mississippi, I was wild my days. Okay. There was this bar. I thought I was looking good with my little corset and my big boots at that. See right now, they all sagging. But I can tell you, these big boys came in, they were homosexuals,
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But I can tell you this one thing, those homosexuals make some good drinks, and they do some real good hair.
Oh, I know I had a couple new mine. And my pussy hair. We did dreadlocks. I've been shaved since 1945.
Anyway, 2 bear guys come in, and don't ask me how I know what a bear is. I just heard it. Okay. One was bigger than the other. Girl, something was wrong with his stomach, but, I didn't get to ask no questions. Okay. They started to play this pool game. I never played pool because, I served, a massive, he wouldn't let me. Okay. I had to stand over there and be a good girl in the corner. Anyway, they was over there playing that pool. And the bigger one of the two started to run. The small ass, is it time?
Oh, was he pregnant?
I don't know. But anyway, when he started that grunting, he started making weird gurgly noises, girl, I didn't ask no questions, I just stayed away. And the small one threw him on the table like Hercules. I'm like, God.
Hercules.
Hercules. It happened so fast, and next thing I know, he was ripping down his pants, and he told him to push.
Well, so it is a Chipotle story.
Girl, he pushed out like a real little baby. It was the ugliest baby I ever seen in my life, but you know what? We all said it was cute, I never asked who the daddy was, because I didn't want to ask no questions.
Honey. There's a story, oh my goodness, I tell you. My friend from San Francisco, her name was Stephanie. Oh, she was the cutest little boy you'd ever see. Well, at least she had a short haircut like one. She looked like that there Justin Bieber. But she loved the tacos. She loved tacos so much, and her whole wheat tortillas. I tell you, she would eat at Chipotle every day. So we were talking, and she's like, there's a water shortage out here in San Francisco. And I'm like, oh, well, how am I going to wash my face in the morning? And she's like, well, Us bottoms, I didn't know what a bottom was because, you know, I'm a proper lady. I'm still waiting for Mr. Right to pop my cherry. She said, well, Ethel, what do you think we clean out with? I had her explain it to me, and she said, you shoot water up your butthole. And I'm like, why would you do that? You're just pushing it back in and nothing's coming out. She's like, then you squirt it out. I'm like, oh, that sounds vile. She's like, no, it's cleansing. So she showed me how to do it. She did it once in the morning, and then again midday, and then again in the evening. And then she found a trick that she came home with, and she had to do it right before that. I'm like, honey, one should be good for the day. And she looked at me straight in the eyes, and she said, no, it's this all Chipotle diet, I swear. Has me flushing my system 6 times a day. I tell you, I had to pray in my Bible extra hard that night. And then, of course, we went out, and, you know, I had a few drinks and met a nice gentleman of my own. We decided that we would start texting. And then I think I gave him my wrong number because I ended up getting a penis picture. I know, a penis picture. It showed up and it was big. I'm like, what do you do with that? Do you tenderize your meat with that? Like, what do you do? I'll just tell you. Oh, I know you've got another story. Do you want to tell me too?
Yes, I do. You know I do. So, one night at the same bar that I always go at, you know, where it's mostly homosexuals, I think it is a homosexual bar.
What's the name of it, sweetheart?
Touchies.
In that Chicago area?
Chi-town, yes, Chi-town. Yes, honey, yes, Chi-town.
Right next to that glory hole, I hear.
What's a glory hole?
It's where there's a hole in the wall and the man sticks his finger through and he tickles your insides. Let's go on with your story, darling. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit of Alzheimer's, but at least I don't have Alzheimer's.
So one time when I was on NASA at the bar, he let me roll around sometimes when I had a curfew. But anyway, I remember this man in this white suit. He was a fine looking gentleman. Very fine. So he decided that one night he was going to go in his back room area. It was really dark. Okay? Now, usually my masters, I can never go in that back because they do, you know, something called this hugging technique back there. You know, when one guy's on top of the other one's back and they're just humping. So, whatever.
My ex-Maurice used to do that to me, trying to stick it in my boot, that devil.
But anyway, this man in this white suit was back there. He was hugging us all. He was hugging really tight. He must have really loved this gentleman. Okay? Because next thing I know, there was a smell. Okay? Now, I didn't get too close because I didn't want to ask no questions. So, next thing I know was he stopped and he kept going. And when he let go of this guy he was hugging, he shot over him all like a candy. Yes. But you know what? He took it with pride. He stood straight up and dusted himself right off. I didn't ask if he was mortified because I didn't want to get too close because of the smell. I definitely wouldn't ask no questions about that.
Oh, I guarantee you, he walked in there with a white suit. He walked out looking like he was wearing khaki. But, you know, I digress. The moral of these stories are to teach you, don't do stupid shit when you go out to the bar. If you're going to do something, at least do it in your own sanctity of your home, where, you know, the Lord Jesus can watch over you. The last time I had sex with my husband, I was kicking 2 heels to Jesus and I was praying with my feet. Oh Lord, give me a Hail Mary. But again, thank you for listening to us. You know, old daddies just, you know, give you a couple tales. Now we're gonna go out on the bar and try and get some tail. So, who could you adieu? Outstanding. I think with that last